Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to Young Tiny World. Today, we're going to be reviewing the very first episode of the Swordsmith Village, the Swordsmith Village arc of Kimetsu no Yaiba. Now, Kimetsu no Yaiba has come in 3 seasons. We've had the Mugen Train, we got the first one, which I don't remember the name for. Pretty sure it was just Kimetsu no Yaiba. But now we have another one, which is, wait a minute, doesn't it mean we have four? Because the Mugen Train, after Mugen Train comes the acting village, right? Now we have the Swordsmith Village. I don't know. I pretty much try to summarize, but shorten everything so that it doesn't get all bulky in my head. And anyways, yeah. So I watched the very first episode. If you want to, I'm uploading it onto YouTube, and you can go check it out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get flagged. I hope it doesn't get banned from viewing, because I basically did that so that everyone else could get to watch it. Ideally, it's very lovely. It starts off with a very tensive mood because now all the upper ranks come into a meeting because one of them, which is Gyotaro, is dead. He's dead, and Michael Jackson is pissed. So he's like, okay, you guys are worthless to me. Why the fuck did I even hire you? Y'all niggas ain't shit. And he's going on and on and on. And he's trying to find something called the Blue Spider Lily. I don't know. Never heard of it before. Is this the first time? I'm pretty sure it's going to be the center of everything. I'm pretty sure the Blue Spider Lily is going to be in the Swordsmith Village. And that being said, it seems like that's how this all is going to kick off into a very interesting spiral. Actually, I really did enjoy the characters. Akaza came on screen again, and my boys fly as fuck, well, as always, and we also had a lot of new characters that you've never seen before. Upper Rank 2, I've already seen him. Rainbow Eyes, probably gay, hey, and he's probably into Akaza as well. Then again, we also have the upper one, he has always been a very confusing character for me. Every time that I saw the upper one, I was so sure that he was the dad of Tanjiro, because the scars that he has on his face, as well as the red hair. Come on. He's got the earrings as well. And it was not until the flashback where Tanjiro's dad, who is the exact replica of him, was having a chat with this other guy, and this other guy is an absolute stranger. He's not even related to the family of Kamado, which makes no sense because he looks like he's got that gene. But anyways, throughout the entire time that we got to see the upper ranked one, who's Kobushi, I don't think it Kobushki, Babushka. Okay, no. Anyways, so with that in mind, the upper ranked one, he seems to be very calm, very also stressful. He likes order, at least that's what I gathered from him. Akaza is a little bit hot-headed because now he wants to even take down the upper one, which makes sense, seeing as they give a story that he was in the he was in there long before the upper two even came along, and somehow that kid got promoted before him, and he's got a grudge against him. Basically, you've got yourself a whole "I'm gonna take you all down" just because you guys think that you're better than me. But yeah, Michael Jackson is still pissed. There's information about it, but he wants it to be certain before he makes any moves. So he kind of disciplines the guy, which is, as far as villains go, he's just on this level where he does the same things as other villains would do, and then he adds another thing, which makes it super intense. Okay. I've not had a character like him go off and chop off his henchman's head with the prospect of having a conversation with them. You could just, I don't know, let the woman who has the magic guitar, string some shit and let him appear before you, but decided to chop off his head and send him upstairs. It's really crazy. But yeah, everyone on it looks weird. We got the freaky guy who's always scared of everything. We got Loudmouth, who literally has mouth for eyes. I mean, I guess that's all of them. I don't know if they intend on getting another person on board. If this is an organization for them, they're gonna like go for interviews and stuff like that. It's like, what makes you think you can be part of the upper ranked demons? I'm very skillful. I kill like 30 people per day. It's like I can get my quota up to 50 if you let me. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of things in this. It took very long. I'm guessing it's a very long thing. How long is it? It's like, bro, it's 49 minutes. The very first episode. It's jam-packed with a lot of info. Everyone is recovered. Zenitsu's out on a mission. He broke fourth wall, which was insane. But given his character, I expect nothing less. We also got uh, Ganpanchiro's namesayer. He was also very cool. Seeing as he's very resistant to a lot of things, I don't know where they're gonna place him. But it seems like the group has been separated for the first time. Usually they're always like they're sent in a pair or they're sent as a group. Now they're just being separated and each one is going their own way. I don't know if they're gonna converge at the sword village. But in any case, there was some really messed up stuff about it. You know, the part about where they send you with a different person per distance. That seems insane. All to protect the village, that makes swords. I mean, can't you just get the swords from anywhere else? Is there anything special about the rocks or the metal that you use that you can't find another place that is not obstructed from society or something? I mean, like, whatever the case is, there seems to be a secret behind all of it. And I think as we're going on, we're going to find out more about it. But yeah, ideally, I felt a lot of the light humor very forced. Not saying that because I hate them, I love them. I just feel as if we literally got out of the scene where everyone wanted to kill everyone. I mean, Akaza was just slicing up the upper two's head like it was butter. And he got a warning from the upper one and then he threatened the upper one. So it's like we've got all of this tense mood going on, and then after like 5 minutes later from that scene, we get them like making all these jokes and shouting on top of the voice. You know, regular anime stuff that gets you in the mood, you know. But I think for the most part, I guess I did. There's a lot of things. They have been on hiatus for quite a while, so they really needed to put some effort into the very first episode that came out. I really I try not to compare between episodes. You know, like, oh my God, how was Mugen Train like? How was Movie District like? But all the while, I liked the mood. We got to see a lot of new characters and a lot of promising detail. Uh, Even though we got the head boss saying that in 100 years this has never happened before, I wonder why. You know, I wonder why, and I wonder why the upper one has a sword. Because we're talking about, you know, demons, right? And seems like the demons make use of everything, quite literally. Some of them use balls. Balls. But not him though. He used a sword. He uses a sword. So I'm concerned. Does it mean that the breeding styles and the breeding techniques can also be replicated by a demon as well? If that's the case, they're gonna go toe to toe with some crazy ass nigga. And that nigga has been foreshadowed ever since we started watching Kimetsu no Yaiba. They show his face, they show him doing some dance around the fire, and I always thought that that was Tanjiro's dad. I thought it was. I really thought it was, because his dad looked so lame. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just figured that after all this time, like at least he'd pick a different color code for his clothing. Like, damn, why the fuck did you go for the green crushes? Okay. All in all, it was a really great episode. I know that I'm trying to wrap this up all in 10 minutes because you guys definitely have better things to do than listen to a guy rant about what anime means to him. Episode 1 was a total banger. do not cut short on the amount of information that is on this thing, because I'm pretty sure a lot of things is gonna spin off out of proportions in this season, and you really have a lot to look out for. I'm very interested in seeing the style of the new the Hashiras that they introduced, like the Miss Hashira. I don't know what the pink girl is. I think she's fire. She's a fire Hashira, right? There's also a wind Hashira. There are a lot of Hashiras out there, so I'm eager to see how they use their breeding forms to make awesome magic. And the detail and the quality of the whole thing was just like chef's kiss, man. Like, dude, the infinity, the infinity castle, is that what he called it? The infinity castle or something. Yeah, that was like the craziest thing. I don't know who is in charge of Michael Jackson's infrastructure, but he really went all out. And oh my god, I can't even mention it. The unlimited, the infinity. Oh my gosh, we waited for Infinity War all this time, and we can't even keep that word inside our head. Anyways, it was totally cool. I loved the graphics, up until the point where they start making jokes and then their eyes become like full stops and they become gigantic in size or very tiny, very, very cute looking. I'm sure there may be two different artists at the same time. Like, okay, you focus on the very intricate details on how their palms and fingers are gonna look like when they're in a serious situation, and then you, when there is a comic situation, you give them the dots and don't think about it. Chances are the guy who deals with the dots and the very crazy ass looking figures is the child. Maybe it's a kid that they hired because they didn't want them to think too much about the whole animation. But I did love it. I did love it. You can't lie. There's also to speak of that hidden weapon that is absolutely amazing. Might be the reason why Tanjiro is able to defeat another one of the upper ranks. I don't know if they're gonna let him kill a whole ass upper one, but anything's possible, really. Anything's possible. I mean, he did face two of them, but he didn't do that by himself. There are literally like four people all pitching in, even muscle rats. So I'm guessing we're gonna have a lot of difficulty if it took that many people to take care of that situation. We might have we might have something else in store. I also kind of think that the upper one is gonna die. I'm just saying that out of context. Based on what I've seen, he's a man who is carrying a burden upon his head. And I feel like Michael Jackson has had a very thorough discussion with him, probably as a punishment to the upper one. Maybe he's the reason why Tanjiro's family got killed. I don't know, I'm just spitballing at this point, but it seems to me like the upper one has a history with Tanjiro's dad. And because of that, I feel like Michael Jackson is really like dead on loyalty type, and he doesn't want you to play around with anyone, and that must have got to him. He doesn't want his upper ranks mingling with normal people, so he probably killed off Tanjiro's family to make sure of that, just sort of punishment, like, hey, you don't hang out with those guys, we'll kill them. It's like, no, dad, and then he kills them. And now we have him coming into contact with Tanjiro. It seems to me like how this is gonna end, that dude might die and pass off something valuable to Tanjiro, and just pretty much make it possible for him to get one step closer to killing Michael Jackson, which is all great. And I also have to say, Michael Jackson's look has changed. I think he had a haircut or something. In the previous one, wasn't he like a lady? And now he's like a mob boss, mob boss level type shit. But yeah, Michael's still Michael, and I don't know what he's gonna do about the missing pieces. Now that he's lost like one person, might seem to me like we're gonna need another replacement. I don't know if it's gonna be someone from the Hashiras that is gonna take the place, or it's gonna be a rando that they decide to pull out their ass. Let's see. Oh yeah, I am interested in seeing what the other demons are gonna be looking like in terms of what kind of powers they have, because we had Gyotaro with the blood sickles, and those were fire, those were crazy, and I can never forget them because they went through the floor of Tanjiro's mouth, and now it's the mental picture that is never going away. It's like it's burnt into my eyes now, which is very uncomfortable and I have nightmares about. But ideally, I think I loved I think I'm liking Akaza, but we don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. We've been given a lot of Akaza, and he's starting to seem more of a reasonable person than a crazy person. In the first time that we saw him, like the first time that we watched him, he was like, "Oh my gosh, we should fight forever. We should be brothers. You should become like me." Like, and now he's like this level-headed, always angry kind of person, and it's like, oh my gosh, how many layers do you have, bro? So it's quite interesting. I like to see what they intend to do with Akaza's character, and I'd like to see more of that. I surely hope that it turns into something good eventually. But yeah, if these are all the freaky guy, the scary guy, and the very scared guy, and upper two, I don't know if there's a lot to go on, but they brought these characters, okay? Sometimes seasons can always be revolving around only one person for the entire season. Even the season is like, what, 40, 50 episodes long. It could be all about one character. So I can see that happening. I'm glad that they not just gave a dark shadow of what everyone looks like, but they actually show the upper rank demons. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I don't know, because it always feels so ominous when they try to do that, when they can try to conceal the bad guys, just give them a sort of a shadow that they're in the shadows and you can't see them, and you're always thinking, what did they look like? But now we got a picture. Now we got to see Rainbow Eyes in all his beauty and his full character, who's quite cynical and always easygoing, even though he's practically more powerful than Akaza. He's just so playful with him. That kind of bad guy is what I usually get to see in anime. The kind that is so easygoing, but when he starts to fight, you're in big trouble. And the moment he starts to get serious, that's when you know he's gonna lose, or when he starts to get serious, that's when you know shit's about to go sideways. Can't say much else. The episode was quite invigorating. If you love the graphics, you're gonna love this. You are gonna love this. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Check back in with me next time for episode 2. I've decided to take this one step at a time, so not cram an entire season into one episode of mine. I'm trying to take this step by step and trying to make this better for everyone who gets to listen to it. At least you get more info into what you're gonna watch, or you're gonna know what I think about it as well. I mean, if that's your cup of tea. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for now. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love all your support. Everyone who's liked me on my WordPress page, everyone who likes me on my Twitter, thank you. Thank you so much. Just remember, the full episode is out on YouTube, so you can go check it out and try and see what you can pick up from it yourself, and let me know in the comments there. I really love to get your feedback as well, because I feel like I'm not the only person who's thinking that, oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed that Tanjiro didn't have a fire-breathing dragon as a dad with a cool hairstyle and a very awesome tattoo on his face. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. Thank you. you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. I'll check back at you next time. Until then, Young Titan out. Thanks for listening.